Hi guys! My name is Merianne.
And my name is Kimberly. Sometimes Bruno. Okay. One, two, 3, go.
Hi! My name is Merianne.
My name is Kimberly.
And we are the Wago in the making.
Yeah. So would you like to share to them what is the meaning of Wago?
Alright, so actually the meaning of Wago is women after God's own heart in the making.
In the making because we are still under construction.
We are work in progress.
Yeah.
Right.
We are not yet there. Almost there or
Getting there. So tonight, what we're gonna talk about is our experience
in our quarter life. So far. So quarter life is a stage in life. Usually happens in our early 20s or early 30s. So I'm like a Wikipedia. Wherein a person experiences, of course, a crisis. The person has a lot of options to choose from and that he or she doesn't know what to follow or where to go or what career to push through.
Exactly. Probably for me, I already experienced that, and I think Kim is still
Struggling about it.
Still struggling. No, still enjoying the process.
Enjoying and enduring. How old were you when you can say that you were really at the peak of that crisis?
Well, probably I was in my mid-20s, like 25, 26. Yeah, that's the climax. And it died down last year.
I experienced the peak of my quarter life crisis when I was 24 years old. Because when I was in college, I was kind of sure that, I would really become a nurse and then go to a Western country and look for a stable job there. But when I was already working in a hospital for a year or two, that's where I found myself, am I really sure that this is the career that I'm going to take for the rest of my life? That's the time where I searched a lot of articles about quarter life, and then I discovered that I'm not just the only one who is facing that struggle.
Like a lot,
like 2 million.
Many people don't know, or they just don't realize that they're experiencing that, right?
Yeah.
Or we just don't admit.
So today we are going to tackle different questions that we just searched in the internet. Common questions that a person in a quarter life stage usually asks himself or herself.
So the first question is this the right job for me?
So based on your experience,
I am very sure that this job is the right job for me.
What were your basis for you to say that it's really the right job for you?
Very good question. Well, my basis are, first is the Bible, because I've inquired of the Lord many times. And then He showed me the way through His Word. Because at that time, I was really inquiring of Him. What is my purpose? Lord, would you like me to be a filmmaker, a businesswoman, or a teacher? In Ezra, the book of Ezra, He said, I want you to teach anyone who does not know. And that was the verse, that's the first basis. And it's a very strong one. And then second is God arranged the circumstances in my life. Like He gave me teaching jobs here, like a lot of opportunities. And when I took the personality test,
it matches your personality.
Yeah, now I can surely say that, okay, this is the right way, this is the right path, and that is teaching.
But the primary basis is really the Word of God.
True.
Yeah, I agree with what Miriam said. So, delight yourself in the Lord and He shall give you the desires of your heart. So, who gave you the desire in your heart to do that job? If you have a God in your life, then He is also the one who planted that. And definitely He will provide, as what you've said, circumstances, open doors for you to choose from. And that whatever that is good, whatever that is lovely, whatever that is noble, then choose that. And I should say it's God's will. So
Exactly.
And I also agree with what you said. It also depends with your personalities, your talents, your calling, most especially. Because sometimes if we are just going to base things in our passion, passion sometimes it fades out, but then your calling will always be there. I heard that from one of the speakers that he said, we don't really base everything in our passion, but rather to our calling. Because you cannot experience happiness all the time in that job. There will be times that you're down, time that you want to quit. But then if you're going to recall, what am I really called for? So the only way to know that is to have a devotion
Or quality time with God.
quality time.
So usually what I do is I ask him what to do, and then I read the Bible, read his word, and then there, he will show me. I've met a lot of people, many of them still don't know what to do in life.
Yeah.
The thing is, they've never discovered their purpose in life.
It's not just actually an issue in this quarter life, but even to people who are in their midlife, or even what do you call that, in their late 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
So there are people that are already old, but they still don't know what to do in their life.
Exactly.
It's not just an issue in our stage.
Yeah, and probably in their deathbeds.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of regrets in their lives. We have to discover our purpose in life.
Yeah. Know your calling.
Mm.
Purpose. Cannot maximize
Yeah,
what you really have.
Exactly. You know your purpose in life, then for sure you're gonna shine in that area or in that field, right?
Yeah. You shine best if you use your kiwi. No, just kidding.
Next question. Okay, next question. I'm gonna read it and you answer.
Okay.
Okay. Is it really so bad if my career isn't what I got my degree in?
I don't think so. Because I always believe in the verse, all things work together for good. So whether you took a course that is not so much related with what you're doing right now, there are still things that you can apply. Like for example, I'm into teaching, but the course that I took was nursing. But there are disciplines in nursing that I can definitely apply in teaching. Whatever that you experience in the past, if those lessons will be brought to what you're doing right now, then definitely you can succeed. Like for example, I learned about psychiatric nursing. You learn about different personalities of people. And then when you are already teaching, you know how to deal with students with attention issues. I would say it's not a waste if your college degree is different with what you're doing right now.
The last question. Will I get married by the time I'm 28 through 30?
I don't know.
Well, when I was in my early 20s, I was thinking of, probably I could get married before 30, like 28, 29, or probably 30, and that's the deadline. Actually, right now that I'm close to 30,
2 days more.
I'm not ready yet. I'm enjoying the season of my life.
If you don't appreciate what you have right now, then definitely you cannot also appreciate what you will have later.
Exactly. Because if God opens this door of marriage for me, then I believe He will enable me. We are just comparing the time that we were thinking about marriage. Now I know my purpose and I know things that God wants me to do in this very season.
And there are a lot of girls or ladies out there that when they are already in this age, 28 to 30, they feel like they're so pressured. It's, I might not be pregnant if I'll get married by the age of 35. It might be hard for me. Or I don't want to be so old when my daughter or my son is just in college, something like that. But then we have to remember that it is not really us who sets the timetable for ourselves. You know what I mean? There's always a time for everything, and the season that God gave you to be married might be in your 40s or in your like 50s, So just be open, just be flexible to what God once in your life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
True, true. Enjoying the season while you're still single. Learn a lot and then upgrade yourself.
Be productive
Exactly.
while you are in your single years.
Mhm.
So if you don't just focus to getting married, there are actually a lot of things that you can do for your community, for your family, your mom, your dad, for the poor.
Exactly.
Actually, if you're going to look at the brighter side, single years is a blessing. It's not a curse.
True.
Because that's the time where you can reach all your potential, you can maximize everything because you're young, you have the financial capacity, and you know, you don't have children to rely on you yet. So you can do a lot for other people. So I think the secret there is just divert your mind to something that is more productive. And as what they've said, wait proactively. That while you are waiting for that person, you also develop yourself. Don't just look for that person, be that person also. So, you know,
Yeah, exactly. And then God will just bring you together.
if God is your common interest, yeah,
Exactly.
it's really
I
good
agree.
to look and pray for someone whose interest is also God.
So the bottom line of this talk is we have to be just content.
This should not be a crisis, but rather a celebration.
Exactly.
Because you can never be single for the rest of your life. I mean, you can be married like 5 years after. So after that, no more single years. You know what I mean? You can never bring this back to the future.
Exactly.
It only happens once in a lifetime. Like a vapor
Exactly.
that is gone after a few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, just enjoy every moment. Enjoy this very season of your life, and don't rush things.
Yeah. Save up, develop yourself, learn new things.
Upgrade yourself.
Try to save up for something more valuable. Sure.
Like invest in your education too, and
Yeah.
your like relationship with God or with other people. Use your talents and gifts.
And learn 21st century skills.
If that's the thing that God wants you to do in this very season, just go for it. All right. So guys, don't be so worried about this quarter life crisis. Okay? There's a time to be single and there's a time to be married.
A time to die.
A time to be born and a time to die.
After
Right.
single, die right away.
And a time to learn and a time to unlearn.
Yeah, unlearn.
Yeah. So
Time to recall, time to forget.
Mm.
Move on. Don't cling on to that somebody who promised you a lot of things, but you know.
Well, yeah, we can talk more about other stuff next time. And then thank you so much, guys, for joining us today, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you for enduring. Subscribe to our channel because we only have 5 subscribers right now. If you've watched this, watch it again.
And again, and again, and again. All right, guys, thank you so much.